Kate said the mock-ups were on your desk in Manhattan, and we were just waiting for the copies. Thank you so much. I really owe you. I know. What are you doing here so early? My job. Is that a problem for you? Hello?
Well, tell Mr. Zakara that this deposit is as safe as the last one, and the problems with law enforcement will be cleaned up in no time.
Well, look who's got his hand in the cookie jar.
What happened? Where were you?
I called you as soon as I could.
I almost killed Sonny Corinthos last night. I thought he got to you.
Someone tried to kill me last night, John. But it wasn't Sonny.
So who won?
I'm still standing.
I haven't seen a good brawl in years.
It was just a bar fight.
Okay, let's go over what to expect in court. Now, it's not a formal trial. There is no jury, but there is a bit.
There's no need to waste our time, Richard. I already briefed my client.
Could we save the dysfunctional family moment for after the hearing?
Hold on, Anthony. Rick and I are not your problem, but you got to worry about your own children.
Stayed the night at the Cosmopolitan Hotel. There's no way I was going to stay in Daddy's house last night.
You need to tell me everything.
I went to visit him at the hospital. And I guess while I was there visiting, somebody tampered with my brakes. My car went over the bluff near the lookout. And then his guy chased me through the woods, tried to shoot me. But I got away.
This is exactly why you can't get out.
Yeah. I'm already working on that.
This wasn't our deal, Anthony.
I'm looking for my best chance of freedom, and all you can worry about is our deal.
I told you that I would take care of it.
I need all the sharks on my side of the pool. I may never get this chance again.
You wouldn't have a chance if it weren't for me.
Duly noted. There'll be a little something extra in your Christmas bonus.
Don't be petulant, Richie. It's a win-win all the way around.
That's right. He may be a lying, backstabbing, low-life snake, but Trevor's always been a brilliant lawyer. Now, I'm sure you're very good, too. But you're a question mark. Trevor's a known commodity, so he stays.
And just for fun, you're going to pit me and my father against one another so we can battle it out to see who's going to be your consigliere, right?
Hey, you're learning very fast.
The woman of the hour. You nervous?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. A little bit. He is very determined to get the crazy man off.
Then you just have to be more determined.
Any ideas?
Me. I am here to offer you my services as second chair.
You are so funny.
I am so serious.
Oh, well, that's really awkward. No, I'm doing it myself.
What is this? What is this, some sort of knee-jerk reaction? Heaven forfend anyone like me actually can help Alexis Davis? Lone wolf DA? If you could just put your Texas-sized ego aside for 1 second, you would realize that you and I could kick some serious ass. You are Sonny's attorney. Well, at least I never slept with him.
You're still tainted by your association with him.
Alexis, You don't have to defend the city of Port Charles all by yourself, but your options for help are limited. I mean, tell me you don't want one of the flunkies that Rick has hired in here backing you up.
Who says I need anyone?
The facts of the case. Anthony Zaccaro went nutty as a fruitcake the night of the black and white ball. He went on a bloody rampage that left 3 people injured and 1 person dead. Now, Rick is about to argue that Zaccaro lacked the requisite mens rea to commit these crimes. That is cause for being declared not guilty by reason of insanity.
I know what Rick's going to argue. I can't necessarily back it up.
Okay, hello, can I finish?
If you ever will.
Now that Zaccaro is sane by documentation.
Dubious,
Yes, of course it's dubious, but Rick has got an entire medical team willing to testify to that dubious fact, which means that Anthony Zaccaro could walk out of this courtroom a free man. That is not a risk you should be willing to take.
I know that.
Well, then fine. Then give your pride a rest and be realistic. You could use me.
As soon as you admit that you're here on Sonny's orders.
Lulu, answer the phone. Sure. Kate Howard's office. Kate, good morning. Yes, Maxie's here, but she's all tied up. Yes, Jean-Paul confirmed this morning he's looking forward to seeing you. The mock-ups haven't arrived yet, have they, Maxie? No, they haven't arrived. Yeah, I don't know. Maxie said she had it all covered. Kate, Maxie, I spoke with Clarice. There was some sort of mix-up with the mock-ups, but I'm totally on top of it.
Well, if you were on top of it, they'd be here by now.
Oh, hi.
Hi. Do I need to go over again how I feel about excuses?
No, I got the excuses.
Look, I don't know about what other people do with their assistants, but I expect my assistants to be organized, pristine. I expect their desks to be as tidy as that one, so that when I hire your replacement, they can step in without missing a beat. Lulu, get me Celeste at Maha Chang.
Got it.
Oh, and get me the mock-up of the layout so that I can go over the provisions.
I could get Celeste. She really likes me.
You can get me coffee.
Half-calf non-fat latte with cinnamon and low-cal sugar. The blue, not the pink.
You are already being audited. This will get you thrown in jail.
Hey, this is such a simple job. It's a little job for cons and grifters. I could do this in my sleep.
Do what in your sleep?
Get this old tub solvent again.
Daddy's playing with fire again.
That's why I'm here.
Alexis Davis has already done her work. She doesn't need to send my son to drive in the last nail in the coffin. So what if the mob uses the Star to settle their differences? It's publicity, you know? Publicity is great. All publicity. As long as they spell my name right.
Well, I'm not here as a cop. I'm here to let you know that Anthony Zaccaro's hearing is today, and if he gets out, well, it's gonna hit the fan from all sides.
I know how to duck.
I'm saying, as much as I hate seeing you leave town, this might be a good time.
Yes, yeah, I'm so sorry. We're a little short-handed up here today. I will get those to you right away.
I'm really sorry.
Is this your idea of running a little late?
Jake was up all night with an earache, and Cameron decided to start his day off by hiding from me, and then there was a change of plans, and I had to bring the kids here. You don't want to hear this. I'm really sorry, Epiphany. It won't happen again.
I know how hard it is to be a single mother, and we try to make it as easy as we can on you by having, on-site daycare, flexible schedules. But it is not on the other nurses to cover for you. I'm sorry that Jake has an earache, but we are dealing with life and death up here.
I understand.
Do better than that. If you're having a problem balancing your life and your job, something needs to be adjusted. Now I'm going to take these down to radiology, where they should have been a half an hour ago.
You made it.
Oh, never turned down an invitation to ride.
Well, I'm glad there's something out here that appeals to you.
I'm sorry for bailing on you last night.
No, it's all right. You made the right decision to leave. I was definitely preoccupied with thinking about the surgery and what it all means to have it.
Did you spend the night talking it over with Emily?
No. No, she didn't show up.
Don't worry. She'll show up. She always appears sooner or later.
Not after the surgery, she won't. I mean, you do realize once I stop hallucinating that my life is pretty much uninteresting.
Well, saddle up, Your Highness. I feel like writing.
Nah, you know what? Forget it. I'm not interested in getting in a pissing contest with my father. Besides, he cheats.
Come on, Richie. You got good instincts, and you've done some really fine work preparing the petition and collecting all those medical documents. How about I take it from here on?
You know, I got the ball rolling, Trevor. If it had been left up to you, Anthony'd still be rotting in a prison hospital.
Easy, Richard. You've got my gratitude. Now I'm giving you the opportunity to humiliate your father by beating him right where he lives. You're going into that courtroom and showing him that you're a better lawyer than he is. Unless you're not. Maybe you're not up to the old man's standards yet. Maybe you're afraid that he's still better than you.
Okay. No, I'll go ahead. I'll do it. If my father comes along for the ride, all the better. But just realize one thing after this, Anthony. I'm the one who's going to get you free. And I'm the one you're going to owe.
You know, I'm already handicapped because I'm the mother of Sonny's child.
And Rick. Let us not forget that he is opposing counsel. This whole thing screams conflict of interest. Oh, shut up. Why don't you just recuse yourself from this whole sorry mess and appoint me special counselor? Because you do not want a hearing this important handled by that idiot Scott Baldwin.
I'm the DA. I know how to argue this. I'm going to call
Claudia's guard.
That's right.
That's right. Yeah, well, fine. Why not call the daughter of the defendant, who knows him better than his own child?
Well, she's a witness to his outbursts during the years where he's supposedly sane, and she did claim that he tried to kill her as recently as a week ago.
It's a good start. But you still need me. And when you realize that fact, I'll be right here.
I'm gonna tell that judge all about how Daddy tried to shoot your mom and how he shot her and...
Don't waste your breath. Trevor cleared that up years ago. An intruder shot my mother. Case closed.
There's no statute of limitations on murder, John. Considering my car was tampered with shortly after Daddy threatened me, I should be able to convince a judge that Anthony's car is as dangerous as ever. Let's go.
Do you have a stapler?
Yes, I do.
Don't overexert yourself. I'm busy. Return it to my desk when you're done. Oh, I got my desk all cleaned. Okay, how was your night last night?
How is that any of your business? I tell you what, when we're at work, I won't ask you about your personal life, and you won't ask me about mine. In fact, when we're at work, it's the only life that exists. Speaking of which, I'm expecting a handbag from Jules sometime before noon.
I got it on my way in this morning. That's why I was late. I also picked up the new fall hosiery line for you, and the mock-ups just came in.
Better, Maxie. Lulu, any emails?
Henry Laurent finally answered. He attached a budget.
Good, I need that. But before you get to that, get me the most recent draft of The Men Who Won't Commit.
Oh, there's a draft with red pencil, but I don't think it was incorporated.
Okay, let me see. Email.
It was right here.
Excuse me?
I don't see it. I had it up.
Well, find it, Lulu. It didn't just walk away.
Maybe somebody deleted it.
Just get it back.
I'm not sure that I can.
Figure it out, Lulu. Maxie, did Angelina call back about the cover sheet?
About the red dress? No, but I left a message.
Come in my office. We'll try to track her down.
Okay.
supposed to call you?
No. Why?
Oh, I thought maybe you went to Gramps to see the boys. There's a change of plans, and Jake was up all night with an earache, and so I have him here at daycare. You really should go see him.
Yeah, I'll stop in.
Thank you.
Hey.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
I was late getting here again, and Epiphany's all ticked off at me.
Epiphany. Well, she's ticked off at somebody all the time. Listen, you know what? Why don't I take Cameron and Jake on Saturday and give you some time alone?
Saturday? I thought you had a Yankee game.
Yeah, but I'll get Harper to give the ticket to somebody else.
No, I'm not gonna let you do that. Besides, I could use some quality time with my boys.
Are you sure? Because I don't mind.
Come on, I'm not gonna let you give up dugout seats, like make my life easier. I'll be fine.
You know things are bad when your own son tells you to get out of town.
Bad doesn't bother me. I've never turned and run because things got hot. Never have, never will. And look at me, I'm still dancing.
Luke, you are not as fleet of foot as you used to be. And one day you're going to get caught in the crossfire and I'm going to be the merry widow.
I see right through you, wife. The reason you want me out of here is you want to close the Haunted Star again.
I don't give a crap about this tub.
Well, then you just want to keep me in your monetary mercy.
Luke, everything is not always about you.
Luke, hi. Sorry, you're just the man I'm looking for. I have a proposition for you.
I bet you do.
You have my full attention.
Okay, as you know, I am one hell of a card player, and I would like to prove it by coming to play for you. Just some notes I jotted down. Stop bothering me.
Stop being so stubborn.
Good morning, esteemed jurist.
Excuse me, but what is this?
It is I, Spinelli.
I know who you are.
I just thought maybe you didn't recognize the jackal in his disguise.
Hi.
Oh, hey. What are you doing here? Oh, I'm here as the eyes and ears of Stone Cold and Mr. Corinthos, sir.
Do they know you're here, being their eyes and ears, or is this your own private little secret?
The jackal must remain diligent.
Counselor?
I'd wish you luck, but I wouldn't mean it.
I know.
All rise for the Honorable Judge Marcus Wright.
Court is in session. Are the parties ready?
Yes, Your Honor. The District Attorney's Office would like to appoint Ms. Diane Miller as special prosecutor. Ms. Miller will be serving as co-counsel.
And, Your Honor, with the court's permission, defense would like to submit Trevor Lansing as co-counsel.
Thank you, Mr. Lansing. Madam District Attorney, the court will now hear arguments on whether Anthony...
The jackal objects! I object. I object.
You know, we agreed to take care of Cameron and Jake together, and so it's not a burden to me. I want to do this as their father.
And you have been a wonderful father and an even better ex-husband than I deserve. But honestly, I'm looking forward to spending some alone time with them this weekend.
You know you have me if you need me.
Well, if you get home from the game early enough, why don't you swing by for dinner?
I'll try.
Okay.
Everything a race with you?
Oh, don't tell me you're afraid of a little competition.
What? You just don't know the island as well as I do. What if you'd have taken a spill? You know how guilty I would have felt?
I know how to keep my butt in the saddle.
But you lost. Not that I'm competitive or anything.
Right. Well, I guess you deserve a prize. So, how about I cook dinner for you tonight?
I
I did not delete that email, I swear.
I don't like excuses, Lulu.
Well, maybe it was just an accident. You know how distracted you can get.
I need to respond to the budget. If I don't, Henry Laurent will think I've blown him off.
I can get it back for you. I'll just call Spinelli. He's a computer whiz. He can retrieve whatever it is Lulu lost.
I did not lose it!
Do what you can. Spare me the details.
Okay, I did not delete that email. Maxie must have done it to make me look bad.
I have no interest in your petty rivalry. In fact, from now on, if one of you messes up, you both mess up. And this time, you messed up big.
Another career change, Sam? Just when you were getting so good at whatever that was.
Actually, Everyday Heroes brought in another host while I was recovering from my accident, and they love her. She's tall, she's blonde, I'm not, so they released me from my contract. Which means I am yours for the taking.
Oh, you want to cushion your fall from grace with my husband's lap?
On his boat, to be more specific. Listen, Luke, I need a job. I can play every card game there is, and I have never been more comfortable than when I am on board a ship.
Okay, now are we talking about dealing or something more creative? I'm a businessman. Deals have to be mutually beneficial.
Or mutually stupid.
Okay, look, I'm thinking about maybe a little bit more high-end, raise the glamour quotient around here, and I can put in a full, solid work week. I'll play for the house.
What's the going rate for a great shill these days?
I don't know. I guess I could manage with a cut from the losses that I bring in from the high rollers. Standard stuff.
Oh, is there a standard for shilling? What is it, a union thing? Sliding pay scale from carny to grifter to shill?
You start the minute the city lets us reopen, with all your assets on display.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Damien Spinelli, Your Honor, for the people of Port Charles.
Your Honor, I object. Let's hear what the young man has to say.
I come with dire warnings of the consequences if this courtship decides to unleash the unhinged one on the people of this fair city. The murderous Mr. Zakara personally chased me through the underbelly of the Castle Windermere.
I heard you now, Mr. Spinelli.
No, and the Darth Lansings, the senior and field, joining forces against all that is fine and good.
Really? Shut up, Mr. Spinelli, now. Madam District Attorney, is this your witness?
No. No, Your Honor.
Then you won't mind if he leaves.
Your Honor, with all due respect, I have the right, nay, the obligation to witness these proceedings. And I...
Escort him out.
No, Your Honor, Your Honor, removal is punishment for the denizens of darkness. The jackal is on the side of right.
You may leave on your own or be arrested. Which will it be?
Have a good day, Your Honor. Your Worship, Holiness. I think he's warmed up.
I hope the DA maintains control much better over her other witnesses.
I can assure you, Your Honor, that Mr. Spinelli was not one of our witnesses. However, given the level of disruption, I'm going to request a continuance.
Mr. Lansing?
Your Honor, I see no reason in delaying this hearing. Mr. Zakara has been in custody far too long.
So let's move forward now.
All right. Well, Your Honor, I'm sorry for the disruption, but what I would like to say is that Mr. Spinelli was correct in one thing, that Mr. Zakara is, in fact, a killer.
It won't be anything fancy. I mean, not like you're used to, obviously, but I love to putter in the kitchen. People tell me I'm a pretty good cook, and so far I haven't killed anybody. But the truth is, I think it's, pretty good therapy. Gets you in touch with all your senses, like, well, you start cooking and you're working with your hands, so that's a sense of touch, and then it hits your nose and a sense of smell, and I guess when you serve it, that can be pleasing to the eye, and then finally your taste buds. It's just really sensual.
Oh. Listen, I'd love for you to cook for me sometime, just not tonight.
Oh, right. I'm sure you have a
billion things to do before the surgery.
Yeah. Yeah, but once it's over and I'm recovered, I'd love for you to cook for me. I would. Even though I'm the one who should be doing something nice for you.
Why should you do that?
Because you never gave up on me. You really were a true friend. Thank you.
That's me. True blue.
Epiphany, is there someone I can talk to about my pain medication? It doesn't seem to be working at all.
What are you taking?
Hydrocodone, but I really don't feel like it's working. I feel like I get more relief from plain old acetaminophen.
Why weren't the meds administered as prescribed?
Dr. Ford, I am sorry, but
I don't want your excuses. A man who should be getting ready to go home is having a seizure. A patient almost died because of your incompetence.
I'll come back right after the meeting, and I'll expect that budget email waiting for me on my return. Whatever you have to do to get it.
I already left Spinelli a message.
Maxie, leaving messages is for ordinary people. Extraordinary people find more creative ways of accomplishing their business. Those people who want a future, and I'm only interested in employing extraordinary people. Find that email, or you're both fired.
You bitch. Why did you have to ruin this for me?
You tried to make me look bad by deleting that email, and now it's all falling back on you.
You don't even care about this damn job. You just took it to make my life miserable, and I am not going to be fired because of you. Spinelli.
It is I. You sound distressed.
You have to come to the Crimson office right away, and my life depends on it.
I'm supposed to be monitoring the trial of the unhinged one.
Did you not just hear what he said? If you're not here in 5 minutes, I'm never speaking to you again.
There it is, proof from your own mouth that you're using Spinelli.
I take your silence as an indication that you have made peace with my decision.
You're a hedonist, Luke. It rules every decision you make.
So that's a yes.
Luke, you have survived heart attacks, murderers, mobsters. You have looked death in the eye again and again. And you have convinced yourself that you are immortal. So you will continue to spit in death's face until he proves you wrong.
Tracy, I don't want to live forever. I just want whatever life I have to be worth the time and energy.
Fine. I'll stop nagging. Why don't you paint a bullseye on your back so you can prove that you're still the great Luke Spencer? But don't expect me at your funeral.
It is well documented that this defendant did, in fact, go on a homicidal rampage. There is also no question that the actions of Mr. Zakara seem incomprehensible, that they are consistent with the actions of a mob boss. They are violent, they are unpredictable, and they're designed to target its enemy. We're aware that the defense has deposed medical experts that will testify to the fact that Mr. Zakara may have been schizophrenic at the time of this latest rampage. But it is our office's position that Mr. Zakara knew and understood the difference between right and wrong. He knew that his actions were wrong, which is why he avoided capture. He also was aware enough to know to target his enemies. Okay, so that being said, even if our office were to stipulate that Mr. Zakara was in fact mentally ill at the time of this black and white ball, he is no longer mentally ill and able to stand trial. So it is our position that Mr. Zakara is legally subject to answer to our charges. Thank you.
Your Honor, the court knows full well that you cannot convict a man on hearsay without proof. Anthony Zakara is a very wealthy and very powerful man, which makes him subject to slander. Those who want to undercut his power, those who want to take away what he's worked so hard for his entire life. Look, being powerful doesn't make you popular, but it doesn't make you a criminal. And what we do know about my client, he was ill with schizophrenia. Very ill. And as such, he is not responsible for the crimes that he committed. Now, thanks to the miracle of modern medicine, Anthony Zacchara has had his sanity restored. And we do have medical experts who will testify that not only is Anthony Zacchara sane, but he does understand the difference between right and wrong. And he is ready and willing to be a fully functioning member of society once again. Anthony Zacchara just wants to go home and spend time with his children, who are in this court today. So we petition the court to give Mr. Zacchara his basic human rights back. He's already regained his sanity. Give him his freedom.
Nicholas.
I knew you'd come back to me.
One of our patients is having post-operative seizures because you couldn't read a simple chart or follow a doctor's instructions.
I administered the medication exactly as prescribed. I'm sure of it.
Well, then perhaps you can tell me why Mr. Randall's blood work shows no sign of the anti-seizure meds he was supposed to take.
No, I can't.
Well, clearly, an error was made. And your unwillingness to admit it alarms me, makes me wonder if this isn't the first time you've endangered a patient by covering up mistakes or denying him altogether, rather than admit you were wrong.
Dr. Ford, I resent that because I try really hard.
Well, all those resentments wouldn't amount to a hill of beans if that man had died all because you were too careless to read a chart. I'm watching you, Nurse Weber. And I can assure you this incident will go in your permanent records.
Maximista, who has threatened you?
She has! Liar. She's trying to make me look bad to Kate. Maxie deleted a critical email to make me look bad, and Kate saw right through it and said that if we don't get it back, we're both going to be fired. So, that's why Maxie called you to save her, because that's all you are to her. Someone she uses to get what she wants. She is not your friend, Spinelli. She never has been.
Hey, you know nothing about Spinelli and me.
Spinelli is my friend, and I'd hate to see you get involved in things where you can get hurt, which is why I'm telling you right now, you need to stay away from her.
Lulu is just jealous that you and I have become friends because she was too busy to pay attention to you. But now that all those loser guys don't want her anymore, she wants you back. She's a spoiled brat, and you're just a toy to her. But you're not a toy to me, Spinelli.
Tracy, I've taken risks my whole life. I don't even know how to stop.
No matter what the consequences to me or Lulu.
There's no way that I can keep Lulu from hanging around John Zacchara. She's made that perfectly clear. She's going to have to learn about consequences all on her own. And as far as you and the Haunted Star go, you don't care about the Zaccharas or Corinthos. You're only interested in keeping me financially dependent on you.
I so resent that.
You know what the irony of this whole thing is? You think the only reason I come home to you is to line my pockets, to pour your father's booze, and to take advantage of Cook's blueberry pancakes.
You've never once denied that.
I can live without the pancakes. And I don't need your bank account. I've lived in the back of a car, in a tent, under a bridge. I'm very adaptable.
So why do you keep showing up on my doorstep? Why can't you just go and stay gone?
You really don't know. Tracy, I love you. I love you.
Court will hear testimony now. Ms. Davis.
Yes, Your Honor, thank you. I'd like to call Claudia Zaccara to the stand, please.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do. Can you state your name for the court, please?
Claudia Antonia Zaccara.
Thank you. Ms. Zaccara, what is your relationship, if any, with the defendant?
He's my father and his daughter.
Do you spend much time with your father?
He sent me to live with my mother and her family in Italy when I was 16 years old. I only returned to this country a few months ago.
So when you left for Europe at the age of 16, did your father exhibit the signs of good mental health?
He was already starting to get sick.
Would you say that your father was still suffering from schizophrenia when you
Objection,
returned?
Your Honor. The witness is not an expert.
Certainly a daughter can testify to her own father's behavior. I'm just wanting to know what she noticed or if she noticed a difference in his behavior when she returned.
I'll allow it.
Thank you.
Ms. Zaccara, you may answer the question.
He seemed perfectly normal, sane, since I've been back.
In the time since you've been back, has your father ever threatened your life?
On the next General Hospital.
You're blackmailing me for saving your life?
Just hoping for one last dance.
I'd love that. I'll always be a part of you. Fill your life with meaning, honorable